first of all, just a squad update. You expecting a similar group of players at the weekend? Anyone back? Anyone else injured?
Yeah, no, we're all good. I think Kwasi Asante been training fully, but it's whether he's missed too much time out really to be thrown in and be involved. I think on the season on the whole we've been, I wouldn't say lucky, because I think it's been to do a lot of hard work and a robust of the players, but compared to last year it's certainly a lot nicer on the eyes and at the injury list, or lack of injury list. So yeah, fingers crossed, very light sessions today and tomorrow, and hopefully everyone will be staying fit for the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, one way to put it. Is this the first time most of the squad have tasted Wembley?
Yeah, I think we spoke about it yesterday. A few of the players, or the day before, sorry. I think there's three of them. I think three have played there in a competitive game. So, but even for those lads, it's still, the sort of novelty doesn't wear off. It's still, everyone's still very excited, as I'm sure they are in the Notts County camp as well. I think we're going to have a look around the stadium tomorrow. And I think that's more for the mindset of when they turn up on the Saturday. It's down to business and no camera phones and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's a difficult one because you want the lads to enjoy it. It could be a once in a lifetime for people. Hopefully it's not for their careers. But if it is, you want to give them the balance of really enjoying it and milking it and actually winning, because it's a great place to win, but it's a hellhole to lose.
Yeah, in terms of the preparation, how carefully have you thought about how the next few days look like? Because there is a danger, isn't there, that you go for the first time and get overawed, and you don't want that to happen.
No, and it's happened before with teams, even at the highest level, FA Cup games. Some teams are 3-0 down after 5 minutes, and the sun always seems to come out, doesn't it, at Wembley? So, yeah, listen, I think first and foremost, we've got to say it's a day out for the fans. It's a shame about the travel problems everyone's encountering, but they can actually enjoy it from up until the actual kick-off, where I'm sure they'll get very nervous and anxious. So it's great for them, but I think it's important that no one's got a crystal ball, but you'd like to think that our players will be completely not in awe of it once the whistle goes, and it'll be down to business. Easier said than done, with 50 odd, whatever the crowd is, 1,000 people at Wembley, and that's their team as well. Our lads have predominantly been lower league or National League players really in their career. I think if Man City go there probably is a mindset of, we'll probably be here next week in another trophy. So obviously it is horses for courses. Every player has got his own career path, and it's great that our players have worked so hard to get there, and I'm sure the occasion won't overawe them.
Yeah, I witnessed that firsthand. I went down with Sheffield United for the Man City game recently, and their fans, it just seemed to be like any other day. So I totally get your point on that one. In terms of last weekend and the Bromley game, just how much kind of did the physical, mental, emotional aspects of that, how much has that affected this week?
I think it would have affected us if the game was Tuesday night or Wednesday night. I think we had a good week to rest. Say with Notts, they went into the extra time, and Luke had to make changes, and probably changes he didn't want to make, and probably hoping the game didn't go that far. And if it wasn't for Michael Cheek's last minute nearly heartbreaker, then our game wouldn't have gone that far. But once it does, you're dealing with the knocks and the aches and pains down the road, because you just want to get that win, and we got that win. And luckily for us, the aches and pains are just that, and they've had their rest, their recovery. The lads who didn't play a part have had good sessions to keep themselves ticking over in case they're needed for Saturday.
It's an incredibly difficult game on paper, Danny. Notts County have had a wonderful season. I could throw hundreds of very impressive stats at you, but what's kind of impressed you most about what they've done this year?
I think they're unique. I think, fair to Luke, he's a unique coach. He's a very nice guy, and he's a unique coach, especially at this level, to play as open and expansive they do. They've got very good players, which allows them to do that, I will add, and they've got one of the hottest properties in lower league football as a goal scorer. And I don't care what anyone says, when you've got that firepower, and even if it's just one individual, you've got a chance. You saw it with Mullen at Wrexham, and you've seen it obviously with Langstaff at Notts County, so that's a massive plus for them. But yeah, their playing style's unique, very attractive to watch. If I was a fan, you'd enjoy watching it. And I think by Luke's own admission, they conceded some goals from their own mistakes. But what goal isn't from a mistake? I think if you look, our lads slip sometimes, and the top players in the world slip. Every goal comes from a mistake. So I don't buy into that the way they play leads to them conceding poor goals. I think they've conceded the least goals from set pieces in the league, so they're not that bad. Now, whether that's because they give away the least corners, that's another argument. But yeah, all round they're a good team with good players. as are we. I think we go into the game. I'm not a betting man, but probably in the betting shops as slight underdogs. I would think we are. By all accounts, they'll have a few more supporters than us, is what I'm hearing, and in a way that could work for us, because we've every game this year, as are Notts County, as are Wrexham, we are favourites, home or away. Now, whether that does help us, well, only time will tell. Hindsight's a great thing. But what I do know, we're coming up against a very good team, but we're also a very good team, so it should be a hell of a game for the neutral, shall we say.
Yeah, we've already seen 2 of those already this season. You've shown that you're more than a match for them. I mean, you were 2-0 up at their place. If it wasn't for the red card at the technique, I was at that game. I think you'd have come with at least the point. Do you take heart from those 2 games going into this one? Yeah,
they were very complimentary after the game about us, which is nice, but it means nothing when you lose. And I think, what, one thing I'll say, what that does teach us going into Wembley is that we were 2-0 up against them at their place. They were 2-0 up. They were 2-0 down against Bromley the other week, or last weekend. So what that does teach us, they can come back from being 2-goal down. So if in a lovely world we are 2-0 up, what a great position it'd be for us. But it certainly teaches us we can't rest whatever the score is at any time. We've come back a lot of times this year as well. So there are a lot of teams. We're 2 teams that play really attractive, exciting football, and both teams are going to have to be on their game to get the result that both teams want, and obviously, hopefully, it's us.
Is quite simply goals the key difference between you and them this season? Clearly, you've mentioned Macaulay Langstaff already, but they've got another 3 players that are on double figures, whereas yourselves, clearly, if you're taking some of the new signings and what they've done over the season, they've got double figures, but kind of feels like the main difference between the 2 teams.
I think that's always a key reason to why teams get promoted. I think we've contributed from all areas. I think with Andy Dallas and Colclough now, you've got 2 players that maybe if they were with us from the start, their numbers would be even higher. Including what they had at their respective clubs. So, yeah, it's always great to have an out-and-out goal scorer in your ranks. We've finished 3rd, and rightly so, through not having that sort of 30-goal person who scored 30 goals this year for us. We've done it other ways, so if we do it other ways, if Ross scores directly from a goal kick, I'm sure we'll all be happy.
yeah, it doesn't really matter how it comes. I mean, how are you and the other members of the management team feeling about this? Because it's not just obviously a big game for the players, it's a big game for everyone connected with the football club.
Yeah, it's huge, and like I say, it's football for me is obviously it's about winning and promotions, etc. But it's about creating memories for those people out there. And to go to Wembley and to go up is the best way to do it. To go to Wembley and lose is one of the worst feelings anyone will ever experience in a football sense. So it's a day of, it could be extreme emotions. It's not a case of, okay, we'll play them again next week in a second leg here. It's done either way. So hopefully we can create some memories. We've created memories for people, fans turning up, enjoying the sunny day. But won't it be even sweeter for everyone if we found ourselves leaving the stadium in a League 2 team?
Particularly after the difficult road that the club has been on for the last few years, it feels like this season, last season has turned a bit of a corner. But I mean, this would be just reward for all those people that have stuck with the club over a very difficult spell. Yeah,
I mean, I can only talk for myself. 3 years I've been here. Couple of playoffs and obviously this is a promotion final, and I can only sort of bang the drum on what I've said before about this club and this town, and the people that I've encountered here are real passionate people. The football club is the heartbeat of the town. You go around the town centre and on a normal day you don't see many Man United and Liverpool shirts or whatever. You see a lot of Chesterfield shirts, so it means absolutely everything to the people. I think they've enjoyed the ride this year. There's been a few lows in terms of bad runs, and when you feel like you're slipping away from your Wrexhams and Notts Counties, and we've clawed it back a bit. So it certainly hasn't been dull. It's been fun. It's been exciting at times. It's been disappointing at times. But the vast majority of people, I think, will agree that to win at Wembley would be the cherry on the cake of a good season. And like I said last week to Liam, if you said before the start of the season you had to win your final 2 to get promotion, you'd take it. And if you said you'd take the final 1 before the season started to win promotion, we'd take it no matter the opposition or the venue. So we're there, and it's up to us now to turn up.
whatever happens, do you feel the football club is now moving certainly in the right direction, and it's kind of only a matter of time, really?
I think so. I think, like I say, I've heard things about the previous years and regimes, but when I came in, obviously at the start of that season, they could have gone down to Conference North. It was struggling, and the next year was improvement. So I think everyone can see it's going in the right direction. It's run by good people. It's got good supporters, good staff, good players. So it's ticking every box. But ultimately, the main box you've got to tick is getting out of this league. A lot of clubs have been in there in the double figures. Wrexham, and there's a lot of hype about them at the moment, and rightly so. But they've been here for a blimmin' long time, and they're a big club. And if we can win, we would have probably been in this league for probably a quarter of what they've been in it, and that would be a great achievement.
Danny, thanks for your time. Good luck. See you.
Good to see you. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Morning, Danny.
Hello, Liam. You all right?
Yeah, thank you. How are you?
Good. Very well, thank you. Very well.
Good stuff. As you say, you will go into this game as underdogs. Do you see it as a bit of a free hit?
No, definitely not. And I use the term underdogs very lightly. I always look at the table, and the table doesn't lie. And they finished second, and we finished third for a reason, because they got a lot more points than us. And this is a situation where obviously they're disappointed that they haven't gone up automatically. I think they showed that how they bounced back against Bournemouth shows that that doom and gloom around the club, that they couldn't catch Wrexham, didn't last for very long. And they got motivated, and Luke motivated them to go and play and come back from a 2-0 scoreline against a very strong, organised Bournemouth team. So you have to give them credit for that. I certainly wouldn't call this a free hit. I'd call it a fantastic opportunity to get this club back to where it belongs. Obviously, I think from the outsiders, Notts County will be slight favourites, but we're a big club. It's got to go for Notts County are a big club. We're a big club too. So I think it's two juggernauts of the National League going head to head. National League must be very excited, really, and it's a great advert, because it's, with all due respect, I think if Bromley had played Bournemouth, there would have been a lot less people there, and I mean that with the utmost respect. And now it's going to be a real rocking atmosphere with two huge clubs going for it. So no, to answer your question, no, I don't see it as a free hit. I saw West Brom at home in the FA Cup, a free hit. I saw West Brom away in the replay, even bigger free hit. But this certainly isn't. It's a massively important game, and hopefully we come out the right side of the result.
Have you allowed yourself to dream a little bit and wonder what it'd be like to get your hands on that trophy on Saturday? Yeah,
you do. We can give it all the cliches about staying focused. We only think about the next day's training, but you do. When you have a bit of time on your own, you think about the great outcomes. Then a little negative one might come in your mind, and you have to whack yourself around the cheeks and get it out the other side. So no, that's just how everyone feels. Everyone natural. I think you have to be realistic and realise the things that can go against you within a game, and plan for that, or else you're not doing your job as coaches and managers. So we're obviously planning for a great start in the game, a poor start in the game, whatever it is. Obviously that remains confidential, but we're planning for all eventualities. We do believe we can win. If you ask Luke, I'm sure he said exactly the same thing. So yeah, it's going to be a great spectacle from the start for everyone outside the two clubs, and obviously the nerves and the anxiety will kick in when the ref blows that whistle.
And what about the prospect of Wembley in front of more than 2,000 Chesterfield fans? Does that get the adrenaline going a little bit? It
does. When you've interviewed before big games, it's like, well, we always get big crowds. They always turn up. They always get behind the lads. There's obviously this stadium can only hold just under 10,000, so I don't know what the sales are at the minute. If it's near double that, wow, that'd be amazing in the what I consider the home of football. So yeah, it's going to be very emotional. But when we get there as a team and staff, the emotions have to sort of dial down a little bit. Normal warm-ups, normal routines, normal everything kicks in. Try and block out the stadium and the occasion as best we can, best the players can, because they'll be in the same boat, Notts County. And like I say, if we stick to the game plan and the players turn up, it could be a fantastic day.
And as you say, days like Saturday are all about creating memories. Have you got family there this weekend?
Yeah, I have. Got my mum, dad, my girlfriend. I think my brother's going. I think he wants to sit behind the goal with all the loud ones, so he can have a real sing-song. So yeah, no, it's great, and I think I was very lucky with my dad to have a lot of memories and a couple of Wembley memories myself with him, and then one through myself through Leighton Orient, but albeit that was the trophy final, so that was a free hit because we were already promoted. So and we lost, and I remember we lost that day to Fylde, and it was a real sickener. And you think we've won promotion, it was a trophy, we took 30,000 or 25,000 because it was round the corner, and you still left the stadium just so the coach was silent, you know. And I think we were all going away next day for a holiday because we won the league, and you'd think it'd be, we had a nice day out, but it isn't a day out if you don't win. And we've got to make sure that everyone connected with the football club leaves that stadium having enjoyed the day out because we won.
Has your dad given you any sort of words of wisdom ahead of the final? Will you be giving him a call on Friday night to ask him some advice?
Win. Got to win. You got to go and win. Yeah, you've got to go and win the game. You know, it's you go this far, you got to go and win. It's probably the most emotional I've seen him against Bromley. You know, when the whistle went, I looked up in the stand, and it's probably the most emotional I've seen him. So, it means a lot. Obviously, like any dad would be cheering on their son's achievements, whatever field of industry you're in. He'll be there, and surely will give the support that we all need, because it's a big day.
Is he sort of fully invested in the Chesterfield story now? Because up until probably you coming to the club, I can't imagine he maybe knew too much about it. But is he fully sort of behind the Spireites now? Yeah, no, it's funny now. I won't tell him, but there's a few stories he's told me about. Bless him, John Duncan, and obviously come up against him a lot when Dad managed Brentford and Southend and those sort of teams. So, and he was very fond of John. So, he'd been up here a lot. He obviously never managed or coached at this stadium, but he went to the old ground a lot and said, what a great atmosphere it was, especially under the light. So, he gets a bit fascinated with the Spire. He just stands at stairs at it, when he walks past the Spire. So he's very interested in the Spire. So I might get a picture of it if we win. But no, he loves it. And listen, it's like anything, like I keep saying, if your boy's happy, your dad's happy, isn't he? So I'm happy and he's happy. And believe me, if we win, he'll be even happier. Great stuff. Just a couple more. I know you probably can't give sort of too much away. Just a few fans are asking about Ryan Colclough, who was really struggling, obviously, during extra time. It looked like he was holding his hamstring, and then other people said maybe it was cramp. Is there anything you can tell us about that? Yeah, it was a bit of cramp. I think we thought that, Liam. I think when he was doing it, obviously he couldn't make any changes. We were finding out the best place worked to put Ryan, which wouldn't cost us too much because he was trying his socks off, but he couldn't reach his full sprint, and that's why he was getting moved around a little bit in the extra time. But yeah, when it was so loud, you can't really get any information from the player. You're thinking, oh no, it's a torn hamstring or a real pull, but no, it was cramp, and he'll definitely be fit for selection. And the TV footage showed that during the celebrations, I know what you're going to say. Yeah. Jamie Grimes accidentally got bundled over in sort of the excitement of it all. Is he okay? Yeah, he's okay. Yeah. I think you see him come in the dressing room after, didn't you, limping. But no, he's fine. I think he got a bit of a whack from a supporter, accidental, may I add. I think the lad slipped. And he'll be good to go. But yeah, it could have been worse, but luckily it wasn't.